Season 0 Arc 1. The patch is here, bringing Beebo and a bunch of other changes that the devs are saying are going to take quite some time, so we're just going to get right into it. I haven't read a single thing about any of this yet, but I did get access to Beebo early. So if you want to look at that and my first impressions on specifically Beebo, I'm going to link a video right here on screen up there and also in the description for you all if you strictly want to hear about Beebo. But these changes are big enough that I actually wanted to upload this one to this channel. So let's get right into it and let's start talking about it. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Beebo. I'm not going to do too much. We have a whole video about this. Realistically, Beebo has a matter ball that makes it so that he can cross hazards without taking damage. His bat gives some pretty good knockback and slow down effects, which is really cool. His zeeps, he can throw like a bunch of different types of like creatures at people that can do a lot of different things. Is super cool. His mobility isn't that great through his dash, but there are actually a lot of cool techs you can do with it. I'll make a video about that pretty soon on the main channel here. And then the main thing that he really does is his B-bomb, which is like he throws down the C4 thing that grows and then you can like launch it at people and explode it. Super fun. And he's got a Bugatti to tap it all off, or tap it to top it all off with an ultimate. Overall, Beebo, I think, is going to be a very good character. I don't know if he's going to be quite meta, but I know that he is very strong, boys. Like, I'm telling you, this character will be very good and is definitely something you need to be looking out for. But what I'm interested to hear about is Beebo just got introduced to the game. He's going to be strictly countering Brawl. Like, he was almost made to stop people that want to try to get in. And now Brawl is getting nerfed. So I'm really interested to hear about this. He says that Brawl, we hear all of you that Brawl's windows of vulnerability and windows of opportunity are way too fuzzy. They definitely are. So here are some changes to meaningfully increase those windows on his mobility. Calling out the re-addition of the knockback, one thing it did was automatically create space when Brawl was spamming LMBs on you, which we think helps create space against him. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't even really realize it because I think the main problems are the RMB, to be honest, doing like 1100 damage to you. But all right, we're going to see what they do to this. First off, his Blazing Spirit passive dramatically reduced the amount of empowerment Brawl gets from dealing damage to creeps. Wow. Wait. This is the smartest change I think they've ever made in this game. I don't think they realize how much Brawl gets out of this in a battle royale concept. Like in that setting, I don't think they realize how important this is. Most of the time when Lemur, before we take a fight, we just go over to the boss mob, let him smack it like 10 times, and then we just go in and he's empowered and we win. The fact that this is no longer in the game is a pretty big deal. Now for Arena, I don't think it's going to be that big. There's an Arena tournament coming up on Saturday that I'll be streaming. I think he'll still be good in that regard from this specifically, but like this is a huge change. Like, wow, that is massive. And you know what else is okay, anyways, Caldera, the Molten Greatsword, the damage has been reduced by 10%, hitbox width pulled in by 30%, so not as much range. Knockback has been re-added. This is a significant nerf to the LMB overall. To be honest, I don't think it's going to kill the character, which is nice. I still like Brawl. Like, I think he's a cool character design. I just don't like playing against him right now because he's a little overtuned. Overall, though, like this is pretty big. He's not just going to be able to spam you anymore. It's going to be much more about the RMB and E, which realistically, like that's already what it was. But all right, now we got the Face Steel Chain. Cooldown now begins counting down on second activation or chain break instead of when the ability is first activated. That's a huge nerf. You can't just put it up and have it waiting the entire time. So I really like that. And then the chain duration is reduced from 7 to 5.5 seconds. So really making it so it's harder to just keep going this whole time. Not the craziest nerf, still a pretty darn big nerf. And then we have Flame Step. Level 3 ability upgrade now gives less cooldown reduction from 3.5 to 2 seconds, and dodging shots now gives less empowered. Guys, this nerf to Brawl is very significant. Like, I don't want to say the character is dead, but with this on top of Beebo being added, I have a really hard time seeing Brawl being even close to like S tier, like even remotely close to S tier. I could see him being B tier. I mean, just because people are so good at him now, but like, I seriously think they may have gutted this character a little bit. He's going to feel a lot better at the high levels of play. Only time will tell, but like, he has taken quite the big L this patch. Some pretty interesting stuff there, but okay. That's not the only thing. Look how big this patch is. Oh my goodness, we have so much in this. We have a lot to talk about, so let's now move on to warped equipment. A common point of feedback we hear from players is they often choose the same evolves over and over for equipment. We'd like to add some spice to the system and reward players for thinking on their feet. So now blue tier equipment upgrades have a fourth evolution choice, a warped evolution. What the heck? Warped evolutions keep the base stats of the item, but can roll a random passive for any other item in the game and sometimes come with additional benefits. 75% chance your warped evolution has a passive from any other blue equipment. 20% chance your warped evolution comes with extra stats pulled from the evolution it got its passive from. 5% chance your warped evolution has a unique legendary passive. Currently, there are 3 legendary passives: Soul Sealer, Glider, and Trailblazer. Guys, I don't really know exactly what the 5% chance stuff is. We've tested this, where it gives you a passive from another equipment or an extra stat from another equipment. This kind of stuff is really alarming to me. I like it. It's fun. The problem is it could be problematic because realistically, the 5% chance RNG is like, I don't know how OP this is going to be. I doubt it's going to be that strong, guys. But if it is really strong, it's really, 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 really dangerous because then there's RNG components to it, and it's kind of hard to reduce the RNG for this. That being said, this definitely makes the meta of like having a tech blade every game not as annoying, where it's like Mana Blade, you need it, but like Tech Blade, people always just run because there's nothing else that's good. Now you have the opportunity to maybe have like a tech Swift Blade, like a tech Omnivamp Swift Blade combo. Like that then becomes a really good item, like very, very strong. And it seems like you have a pretty decent chance of actually getting it. Now, I don't know how much more. We're gonna have to run numbers of like, oh, do we want a red item or do we want to keep rolling for the blue items? I don't know how that's realistically gonna be, but I know that this is going to make the system a lot more fun, a lot less consistent, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but like fun over consistency in a game like this, I kind of like. I like how it's like you're gambling every time. I mean, it's literally just a gambling gacha game now at this point, which is pretty crazy. But I honestly really, really like that kind of stuff. So seems like this is going to be fun. I didn't mind it when we tested it. I just needed more time with it. So now we're looking on to more game system things. The global shop. A big point of feedback we've heard is that gold feels inconsistently valuable, specifically because shops are inconsistently available. And aside from armor, it's hard to plan for what kind of inventory they have. We also want farming gold to be an early game skill or strategy that you can focus on in order to get better at the game. So we're taking our first step within the global shop. This might not be the final shape of how we want to use gold as part of our strategic layer of SUPERVIVE, but let's try it out. You can now shop from anywhere. Default keybind is set to V to open the global shop, and you can rebind via remote shop. Okay, cool. Upon purchase, a delivery drop pod will be issued and sent down after with your requested items. Normal drop time is 20 seconds. I actually really like this, which is reduced in the late game. Items purchased by allies while your team has an incoming delivery pod will be added to the pod. Okay, every match, 12 powers are rolled to be offered in limited quantities, 8 common and uncommon powers, 3 rare, and 1 exotic. The global shop has a smaller set of core items you can always purchase: Hypervive, green and blue armor, and an armor repair kit. Whoa, that is crazy. And a mobile respawn beacon. Normal shops no longer sell equipment or raw beans. Oh, wait, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to test this stuff out. The only thing that makes it a little scary for me is just the exotic power. It's probably gonna be like 1500, and like we're just gonna have rewinds just falling from the sky. That being said, the fact that it shows people where you are on the map because the normal drop time is 20 seconds long, I really like that, because now it's going to incentivize people to actually fight or have to defend their drop, or you just got all of this gold value for free. I actually don't mind that at all. I like this idea of it. I don't think I like the exotic power idea of it, but we'll have to give it a try before I really say anything about it. This is the only red flag. Moving on to this is a very hot topic. The UAV sound pulses. Let's see what they have. The main audience for this change was to teach newer players a skill set that's a little foreign in a top-down camera setting: scouting for sound. Shout out to the music MOBA gamer. Yeah, I mean, I play with music sometimes. And because it's a new behavior, we had to go a little bit more heavy-handed. On the other side, we hear you veteran players that this change felt too, yeah, it's way too free. And it invalidated a skill set you've been building. Yeah, that's true. Now the new players are adjusting and using the system. We're toning it down as well as hitting the most egregious issues where pulses were pinging for very quiet sounds very far away. Okay, it's still in the game. Let's see though. Max range for pulses has been reduced by 20%. That's a total reduction of 36%. Pulses within that range will no longer show if they are at the lower end of the attenuation range, meaning very quiet sounds will no longer show up if they're... I just hate this in general. I'm gonna be honest. I just hate the system in general. I understand why they're doing it, but it's like I just hate it in general, and I'm gonna keep saying that I hate it until it's out of the game. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I'm gonna be able to play around it no matter what, but it's still just so annoying. I just don't like it. So I mean, overall, most of the patch has been pretty W so far, but like this is a little crazy. All right, but now we got more stuff. Oh man, but there's so much stuff. Map objectives, legendaries, and exotics. With these changes, we're trying to inject more variability in the early game strategy of SUPERVIVE while also reducing the amount of exotics floating around in the end game, particularly at high MMR, and adding more clarity, knowability when it comes to the high-end rarities. There is now a maximum of 4 exotics per game, except if modified by a storm shift. Each game, these 4 exotics will be spread across 2 exotics in evil chests, 1 dropped by the first night boss, and 1 by a global shop purchase. 2 in red chest, 1 by a first night boss, and 1 by a global shop. For clarity, we'll list out the ways you can pursue legendary and exotic drops per game. 2 evil chests. Okay, 2 night bosses. Oh, I see. The night bosses will be 1 exotic and 1 legendary, so 1 orange. Abyssal vaults that hold an abyssal scale or eye legendary power can no longer spawn abyssal fang, which is now considered an exotic. Huh? So legendary power is what? Like, that's interesting. I don't know what this means. Like, does this mean that it's orange instead of red? That's probably what it means. Train now always holds a legendary item at the start of the game. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is orange. Legendary airdrop, high value airdrop. Okay. Okay, so what this is exotic. Okay, item rarities. Exotics are the replicators, so the red. Exotic is red. Legendary is orange. Legendary now has mobile beacon, 25,000 gold. I hate that. I mean, I guess it's not as bad for global shop. Deploy base camp power. Okay. Glider updraft. Don't know what that is. Wisp magnet, single tier 5 armor, mega shard, Masamune. Oh, not bad. And soul stealer. Okay. So legendary's like, all right. Exotic's really good. Interesting. All right. Yeah. I mean, I like that there's not as many chances for rewinds to just be sitting around. I actually really like that. I'm interested to see how this really feels because again, like there's so many experimental changes here. It's kind of crazy that like there's just so much attention to detail. Moving on to vaults. Vaults, successful non-perfect lockpicks will now spawn an obelisk that deals half normal damage to the vault upon being destroyed. I think that's easy. I think that's a good thing for most players. For me, I'd just be hacking it anyways. But okay, most of this, like I like this. I now no longer am complaining as bad about this exotic power. I still don't like it because it means that like you could literally just shoot mobs and get rewarded. Like I don't like that at all. I think that's really dumb. Like why be scared to fight? Like just fight. You know, make people want to fight. I mean, we did that with Resurgence, I guess. But all right, this is another big one. Stealth. One-off stealth effects like Brushwhacker or Ethereal Smoke are now removed on Dash. Thank God we finally have at least a start. At least a start. But all right, let's see. Active stealth effects like Mana Cloak are turned off by... Guys, wait. Always on effects like Scuba, Delicate Disguise, and Night Soul are now suppressed for 4 seconds on... Yo. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, let's go. They listened to my crash out. Let's go. Guys, we are eating so good with these stealth nerfs. I mean, here's the thing. Stealth is still going to be so good. Don't get me started. Like stealth is still such a good thing to have. But the thing is, this is so much healthier for the game. You should not be able to dash while you're stealth. You just shouldn't. And now it's finally out of the game. And I think stealth is still going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's going to be so much more playable. It's going to be so much more playable. So I'm so happy with where it is. Shout out to the devs for like being okay with listening and like trying it out. shout out to them. This is the best, probably the best part of this patch note that might just go like unrecognized. But all right, we got more, just more stuff. All right. Oh my gosh, we got powers, dimensional tunnel, deployable fan, and instant fortress. Power shuffler can no longer reroll a power to replicator. Okay, a power to replicator. Abyss specialist now has an internal cooldown of 30 seconds. Oh my god, Abyss specialist is like, oh my god, it's like turbo nerfed. Oh my god, it's like not even good anymore. That is a huge nerf. What the heck? Wow, that is massive. Whoa. Okay. This changes a lot. I can't even start. That is a huge change. Whoa. All right. Storm shifts, unstable portals. This is like you have portals that spawn around the map that can pretty much teleport you across the map. Really cool. Yeah, that's pretty much what it said. And then berry season, which is pretty much the berries spawn a whole lot more. You can eat them. They give you more. Super nice. All right. Wow. Oh, wow. This power stuff is crazy, by the way. Abyss specialist is like so gutted. It's unreal. All right. Now we got the map. There are now mini warp anomalies found around the map. Step into one of them and see what happens. I really like this. It dashes you across the map. Super fun. Like actually so fun. You guys are just going to have to try it out. They're like these rainbow mini orbs. Super fun. Academy now has a giant warp anomaly that will teleport you anywhere but there. So it's anywhere but here. But if you jump in it, it's actually like kind of crazy. Academy now has a swamp territory to its right, which is super cool. And now Scavenger Bay has also been expanded to 3. Yeah, this is super cool. I actually really like all these changes because it also makes these giant warp anomalies not as crazy because there's more map to cover. Super cool. We're not even close. We still have more to talk about here. We got stuff about progression. As mentioned in our fireside chat last year, we want the battle pass to be a generous progression track that rewards you for playing. So we're doing a few things to dial up the good vibes. The first is letting you go infinite through what you earn in the battle pass alone, as well as giving free-to-play players the ability to get a battle pass within enough time and then go infinite. Okay, nice. So you can like just continue going and going again. We also don't want you to feel like you owe us your time if you purchase the battle pass. So we're introducing a system called Juiced Experience, where if you're behind the curve on the battle pass progression, you'll get an EXP buff for your games played to help you catch up. I actually really like that. It's very consumer friendly and it makes you actually want to play the game. I really, honestly, this is a really interesting way to solve the problem of battle passes in the modern day. Like that's an interesting take. I want to see how it works for them. So season 0 comes with our first battle pass. You can purchase this for 1,000 Theorycraft coins TC or 305 points. 1,000 is $10, or you can just like actually just play the game a lot and eventually you'll get enough Vive points through mastery that you'll be able to buy this for free. Every battle pass contains a total of 300 VP, letting you purchase the first one and the next one for free. Love that. I love that VP is it's just going to keep rotating. You're going to be able to buy this stuff for free. Rejoice. We've also added VP free portion to the battle pass, so players can eventually buy the battle pass through regular play if they so choose to. So yeah, if you play the game regularly enough, eventually you'll be able to buy the pass and then be able to keep getting it. So you can do this in theory for free. I think that's really cool. When you're behind the curve of battle pass progression, as in behind the average player in progression, you'll get a buff of XP gain while you're behind. Love that. Progression trackers and seasonal missions. New progression trackers have been added to the lobby UI. And just above your progression trackers, you'll get a button which will take you to Season 0's mad seasonal missions. And yeah, so you'll have a bunch of stuff to do for cosmetic rewards. There's just overall more stuff to do here and just more reasons to play SUPERVIVE in a more casual sense, which I absolutely love. Honestly, W from the devs, their first battle pass in Season 0. I'm super hype about it. All right, now we're getting to the end here. We're getting to the end. We have ranked. For open beta launch, we saw folks climbing much faster than anticipated in terms of ranked. So we're implementing a few changes to clamp down on inflation while keeping the rank climb focus on the right actions. Regarding that solo player bonus, we know it's sometimes rough to get out as a solo player in pre-mades, so we're trying a light solution because splitting the queues or adding pre-made restrictions adds a whole nother set of challenges. Yes, it does. There's just not enough players for solo queues, sadly. Finally, for the shift on placement versus elimination points distribution, today we think there's not enough emphasis on mid to late game strategy, and we want to have a larger impact on your ranked progression. So we're shifting the values to reflect this philosophy. The big danger if we go too far with this is that ratting becomes too prevalent of a way to climb, and that's not good. We might be able to keep an eye on this. Okay, there'll be a full ranked reset this patch. Love that. This ranked season will last 3 months until the end of March. Love that. All right, system changes. Solo players now gain an extra +5 rank points regardless of placement. I love it. I love it. I like that a lot. People think that's going to be crazy. Trust me, it's not. Ranked points required to progress between tiers is now increased from 100 to 200, so we're doubling it. That's a lot of points to be trying to climb. Ranked points anti-cost will increase by 1 point every 200 points you have at Grandmaster. Ooh, interesting. 1 for every 200 you have at Grandmaster. That's going to put quite the stop. So now there's like a reason to try to go for ranked 1 now. As a reminder, last patch, we changed ranked point changes from kills to team eliminations so that placements matter more than kill farming and climbing. Below master rank, you will get an extra ranked point bonus if your team gets a lot of kills, but no team eliminations that game. We've rebalanced the distribution of ranked points between, okay. Overall, I love this. I love this a lot, actually. I really like this. They're making it so that there is a reason to try to push for rank 1. I know that doesn't really change for a lot of people, but there's like a new reason for people to play this game at the top level, because eventually the ante is going to be so high that you need to continue to perform. So I'm interested. This is a good start. I'm interested to hear what you guys all think about making it harder to climb, because I do think it was a little too easy for a lot of players. Like, people were just like picking up the game and getting Grandmaster, which I thought was a little crazy. So maybe this will be a little bit better. Overall, though, the queues are still going to be the queues. So that's that. But ranked rewards. Throughout this season, we'll be offering ranked rewards and methods for tracking avatars. As you progress through the ranks, you'll unlock avatars that have borders to reflect your highest earned ranked. You'll be able to equip these at any rank you want via the avatar selector. Really like that. At the end of Season 0, April, we'll be granting custom glider based on your highest rank achieved. Love that. And leaderboards, you can now filter ranked leaderboard by region or friends. We can now have an NA leaderboard and an EU leaderboard. Thank God they finally listened to us. This is going to be huge. Now we have even more of a reason to play the game, because we can all be playing the same people. I love that. All right. Anyways, let's look on to chat. Not everyone likes to be on voice, and part of accommodating for what that needs to be a better chat system, so we're cleaning some things up. Messages from your group party will now always play a unique sound when a message is sent or received. Sound should be louder. Pings send contextual messages to chat, and a variety of system messages like day-night cycle messages have been removed to reduce spamminess. Overall, nice quality of life change. We're getting to the end of the patch, guys. I know I've been yapping at you for almost half an hour, but now we have some quality of life stuff. Fixed a bug that allowed dropped items to be duped by other players. I never knew that. A bunch of new VO stuff. Japanese text is now available. You can now emote in the pregame lobby. Love that. Practice mode now has exotic powers and souls. Dude, you guys don't understand. For content, God bless. God bless. Social requests can now be viewed from end of game screen or while spectating and fully eliminated. You can now level up your equipment by pressing Alt. Oh my God. That is just so nice. Alt 1 through 4. Oh, I just love that. That is so awesome. And new keybinds have been enabled. Now, this isn't all. Wolf Summers has said one more thing. Okay, that's everything we got to enjoy. One more thing. No changes to night or day 1 revival rules for now. The context is that at a high level, our new revival rules are leading to new and solo players being able to survive longer in games, participate in combat, and thereby experience more of the session. As a result, we saw new and solo players sticking around with SUPERVIVE longer, which is obviously a good thing. We also check our survey results, and so far those results are also positive. So overall, we like the change. That said, no system is perfect, and we know there are improvements we can make. Resurgence is just a deep system that we didn't feel confident putting in changes with limited testing for this patch. So this is context for why no changes were made on it for now. Added this into the messages above, where it was supposed to be for next patch, and as part of my copy paste error. So overall, guys, this was a pretty W patch. I mean, I know that, Resurgence, people don't like Resurgence that much in my comments. Trust me, if people are staying with the game, I like it. If people are fighting more, I like it. I know that it's not perfect, but overall, I can't really say L. I can't really say L patch. I like this. Overall, it's just like the stealth changes were good. We got a new character. We got new powers. I think this is the W patch. You're going to be hearing more about it from me in the coming days, with me playing ranked more, with me scrimming more. All of that's going to be streamed here on YouTube as well at twitch.tv/PazSwagger. So make sure you're looking at that as well. But let me know what you guys all think of this patch below. I'm so excited to be trying out Beebo. Remember to watch that video on the alt channel. But until next time, I got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.